Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video, I'll discuss the model question paper of second semester B.A General English under Bangalore University. The weightage for the question paper will be for 80 marks and the duration for the examination will be for 3 hours. So before we discuss the question paper, let's have a glance at the syllabus. So you have here 8 important chapters: Ranga's marriage, on killing a tree, the female of the species, the road to happiness, the old at the bridge, thank you ma'am, 270 crore heartbeats, dry September. Then the language components: vocabulary building, reading the passage and identifying the theme, reported speech, dialogue writing, and speech writing. So this is the syllabus you have here, and based on the syllabus, the question paper pattern will be like this. The section A, which consists those 8 lessons, will have the weightage for 50 marks, and the marks will be divided like this: 2 marks 5 questions, and 5 marks 4 questions, and 10 marks 2 questions. From the grammar, from vocabulary building, 5 marks, reading comprehension, 10 marks. Remember, reading comprehension is for 10 marks. 5 questions will be asked, 2 marks for each question. Then reported speech, that's called direct and indirect speech, for 5 marks. Dialogue writing, 5 marks. Writing a speech, it may be welcome speech, word of thanks, or introducing a guest, anyone. So this is how the question paper skeleton will be. So let's begin the discussion of model question paper in detail. So section A, prose and poetry, 8 lessons for 50 marks. And here we have the first section, 2 marks questions. How did Ranga greet the narrator? Ranga greeted the narrator with great respect and humility. When he noticed the narrator, he came near him and he did a namaskara, bending low to touch the narrator's feet. What is the meaning of bleeding dark? Bleeding dark here refers to the sap oozing from a tree when it is cut. That symbolizes the tree's pain, like a human bleeding. Which 2 topics do the women discuss in the conversations in the poem Female of Species? So these the women discusses the 2 important topics. One is love and despair. Second is the ungrateful of children. Question number 4. Who does the soldier encounter at the bridge? The soldier encounters an old man at the bridge. What does Roger want to buy with the money he tries to steal? He would like to buy a pair of blue suede shoes. What does Bertrand Russell suggest is a key component of happiness? The key component of happiness is having something meaningful to do. That means engaging in a purposeful activity that give life interest and satisfaction. So these were the 2 marks questions. 5 questions you need to opt. Now we are discussing here 5 marks questions. So out of 6 you need to opt here 4 questions. What role does communication play in the relationships depicted in the poem Female of the Species? The role of communication. In the poem Female of the Species, communication means sharing feelings and thoughts by talking. When a woman is feeling sad, lonely, or worried about the things like love or children, she wants to talk to people who understand her, like a mother, her sister, or close friends. Even if the conversation seems simple, example, they talk about the price of rice, tea, in spite of that simple conversation, that's going to connect and feel comfortable. They feel comforted. By talking together, they share their problems and they support each other. So communication in this poem is shown as a way for women to feel less alone, to express their emotions, and to find comfort in each other's company. It helps building strong relationships. Analyze the theme of helplessness in the story The Old Man at the Bridge. The Old Man at the Bridge by Ernest Hemingway. The theme of helplessness is shown through the old man who is tired, lonely, he is unable to escape from the dangers of the war, He has already walked away. He has already walked a long way away from his hometown, San Carlos. But now he is very weak. He cannot move further. Even when the soldiers they are telling him to leave quickly because the enemy is coming. But the old man simply sits in the dust. He tries to get up, but is unable to get up. That shows how old age and exhaustion make him helpless in a time when survival depends on strength and speed. So the old man also feels helpless because he had to leave behind the animals which he had loved, he had cared for. He has looked after his animals, but he has to leave. He has no family, but the animals were the only family for him. He worries about what will happen to his animals, especially which animals? He's worried about the goats and pigeons. He repeats his thoughts again and again, which shows that he cannot stop thinking about his animals, especially goats and pigeons. Even though the soldier tries to comfort him, so both the old man and the soldier they know very well there is nothing they can do. The story shows how war affects not only soldiers but also innocent people who are very weak, who cannot protect themselves or who cannot escape from the danger. How does the town react to Miss Minnie's accusations? In William Faulkner's story, Dry September, the town reacts to Miss Minnie's accusation with a mix of blind belief, racial prejudice, and social pressure. When she claims that Will Mays, a black man, assaulted her, the townspeople, especially the white man, accept her story without any question. The white man believes that. They do not seek any evidence or any kind of, they don't investigate also what actually happened. This shows how the town's deep rooted racism and belief in white superiority lead them to take violent action quickly. John McClendon, a former soldier who is known for his aggressive nature, he gathers a group of men and he forms a mob. They violently seize Will Mays, and although the story does not describe the lynching directly, but it's heavily shown here that they kill the person. The men see themselves as protecting a white woman's honor, but their actions are based on emotions, social pressure, and racial hatred rather than finding the truth or finding the justice. At the same time, there are signs that some townspeople privately question Miss Minnie's story. In the beauty parlor, the women gossip about her and suggest that she might be lying because she is unmarried, lonely, and getting older. They point out that she has behaved strangely in the past and may be seeking attention or trying to protect her reputation. However, even though some people suspect she is not telling the truth, no one dares to speak against the mob or stop the violence. After the attack on Will Mays, the town quickly returns to normal life, showing how such acts of injustice were sadly common and accepted. So, William Faulkner uses the town's reaction to show the destructive power of racism, social expectations, and silence in the face of wrong. The story is a powerful criticism of a society where truth is ignored and human lives are lost because of prejudice and fear. Now, fourth question. Analyze the character of Mrs. Luella Bates Washington Jones in Thank You, Man lesson. Miss Luella Bates Washington Jones is a strong, wise, and compassionate woman who plays a central role in Langston Hughes' short story. Thank you, ma'am. At first, she appears tough and no nonsense. When Roger tries to steal her purse, she quickly stops him, kicks him, and takes control of the situation without fear. Her physical strength and bold attitude show that She's not someone to be messed with. She speaks firmly and acts decisively, showing she's used to handle the challenges on her sorry, she is to handle the challenges on her own. So, however, uh, in her tough situation, Mrs. Jones is kind hearted, deeply understanding. Instead of punishing the boy Roger or handing over to the police, she chooses to guide him. She sees that Roger is a young, poor, and likely has no one to take care of him. She brings this boy to her home, cleans him up, feeds him, talks to him gently. She even gives him $10 to buy the blue suit shoes which he wanted, and she teaches him a lesson of trust, dignity, and respect. She doesn't judge him harshly because she admits that she too has done things in her past that she wouldn't tell anyone. So, this shows her humility and empathy. Through her actions, Mrs. Jones becomes a symbol of forgiveness, second chances, and the quiet power of kindness. Um, how does the poet describe the process of killing a tree? Yawning, sorry. The poet describes killing a tree as a hard and long process. First, just cutting or chopping the tree will not kill it because the tree is very strong and can heal itself. Even if its bark is cut, it bleeds sap, new branches, and leaves will grow again. To really kill the tree, you have to pull out its roots from deep inside the ground. The roots are like the tree's lifeline, holding it in place and giving it strength. So once the roots are pulled out, the tree is left to dry in the sun and air. It becomes brown, hard, and starts to wither and slowly dies. The poet shows that killing a tree is not quick or easy. It takes a lot of effort, but it causes a lot of damage to the nature. So these were the 5 marks questions we have discussed here. Now we are going to discuss here the 10 marks questions. So 4 questions will be given. Select only 2. So plenty of choices. Okay. Question number 1 for 10 marks. Explain how Russell views the relationship between work and happiness. So Bertrand Russell sees work as an important part of happiness, not just any work. It should be something that brings enjoyment and a sense of accomplishment. He believes that people who find pleasure in the work or in activities which are related to the work are more likely to be happy. For example, artists, authors, scientists, they often feel satisfied because their work is meaningful to them and they can see the progress and the results from the efforts. So even ordinary people can find happiness in simple work they enjoy, for example, gardening, which is going to give them joy and a feeling of creating something beautiful. So Russell also warns against focusing only on work for money or success, only on work for money or success without enjoying it. Some people sacrifice their health and relationships to become rich or powerful, but end up unhappy because they don't find real pleasure in their work or life. So he suggests that work should be balanced with other parts of life and chosen or approached in a way that makes it enjoyable and fulfilling. Work, when done with pleasure meaning, is going to contribute greatly to the happiness. Second question for 10 marks. How did Surekha's marriage to Raj is a challenge to the societal norms? Surekha's marriage is a challenge to the societal norms in these ways. Number one, different communities. Surekha was a Konkani girl and Raj was a Maharashtrian boy. Their marriage crossed the boundaries of caste and the regional differences, which were usually strictly followed and respected by families and society. Second, father's disapproval. Sureka's father did not accept their marriage because of these differences, showing how society expected people to marry within their own community or caste. Second challenge, Sureka's belief. Sureka believed that only souls meet, not caste or regions. This idea went against the traditional thinking that marriage should be arranged or restricted by social rules. Buying an artificial Mangalsutra. Since Raj was not earning, so Surekha bought a cheap artificial Mangalsutra, which is a sacred necklace. This act symbolized the unconventional and financial difficult start, which is going against the typical expectation of a lavish or approved wedding. The third question for 10 marks, discuss the theme of love and marriage in the story and how does Ranga's viewpoint challenge the traditional norms. So the story Ranga's marriage shows how marriage is usually arranged by families in the village, often without thinking about love or feelings. Girls are usually very young and not ready for marriage, which causes some problems. What? Ranga, the main character, he thinks differently. He believes marriage should be about love and respect. He wants to marry only when he finds a girl he truly likes and admires. He doesn't want to marry a very young girl because she might not understand him or love him back. Okay, so this idea is different from the usual way of doing things in the village where marriages happen quickly and are arranged by the families. So, how Ranga challenges the traditions here? Ranga questions the arranged marriages and he wants to choose his own bride. He doesn't agree with marrying very young girls. He believes feelings and happiness matter more than just following the traditions. So, hence, the story Ranga's marriage shows how Ranga's idea of marriage based on love and choice is different from the old customs where marriage is arranged without love and without understanding. So these were the questions for 10 marks. So here till here we have discussed here 50 marks questions from the 8 lessons. And friends, I have done videos on all the lessons, summary of the video, summary of the lesson, 2 marks questions also. So all the videos links you can find in the description box or maybe in the playlist. So now we are moving to the language component that's called grammar for 30 marks. Now, the very first topic is here. Do as directed. We have here vocabulary exercises, synonyms, antonyms, collocation, homophones, etc. So 5 questions. First question. The excited crowd cheered for the favorite team. Replace this excited word with the synonym. So what is the synonym of excited? Bored, enthusiastic, indifferent. So option is here, enthusiastic. Synonym means same meaning. She chose to agree with the proposal during the meeting. So you need to find the antonym of agree by using the prefix. Antonym means to say negative meaning. So prefix is here dis. So we'll say here disagree. Then he will break the record if he keeps training hard. So it's a homophone. Same pronunciation, different spelling. So what's the answer is here? B-R-E-A-K, break. Then write 2 sentences for the below word in different meanings. So nail, homonyms. So I hammered a nail into the wooden door to hang the picture. She painted her nails, right? She painted her nails bright red for the party. So both are the nouns. So I should give you one more sentence. For example, he nailed him. He nailed him. He nailed him to that level, means to say bend him down or insulted, etc. So you can use the 2 different contexts, the word as a verb, the word as a noun. Then she finished her homework. So you need to add here suffix. So what's the suffix is here? Quickly. She finished her homework quick, ly, quickly. Suffix is ly, quickly. So these are the vocabulary 5 marks questions. Then we have here, you need to read the passage and you need to answer 5 questions based on the passage. So what's the important thing is here, this question is very scoring. You know why? Because this comprehension passage is not for 5 marks, it's for 10 marks. Generally, comprehension is for 5 marks, but especially for second semester BA students, comprehension passage question is for 10 marks. Great lottery. So answer those 5 questions very briefly and to the point. So you'll be getting 10 out of 10. Read the passage, answer the questions. Now, reported speech, 5 questions, direct indirect speech. Let's call reported speech. Do you like ice cream? So let me explain very briefly. He asked, so it's a question, right? It's a question. So whenever we convert a question into reported speech, the question, if the question starts with helping verb is, am, are, was, were, do, does, did, has, ever, had, will, would, shall, should, etc., we are going to use here connector. What connector? If, right? So he asked if he liked. Why liked past tense? Because the reporting verb is in the past tense. So we'll add here past participle or past simple past. If you liked ice cream, right? Then I'm going to the store. It's very simple. She said that she was going to the store. Then I'll call you tomorrow. He said that he would call him or her the next day, the following day. Then she said to John, please help me with my homework. It's a request, right? Please means request. She requested John to help him. Whenever there's a this one we can say order, shut the door, open the door, or request is here. You have to connect the reporting speech with the infinitive to, and then use the main verb without ed or es to help her with her homework. Last question. She asked, are you coming to the party? See, it's not ws question. So when there is no ws question, you have to attach by using if. She asked if she was coming to the party. So this is how reported speech questions will be asked here. Compulsory question, 5 marks, 5 questions. Then dialogue writing. So here two friends are talking about their preparations for the upcoming class test. So you need to construct a dialogue on the given theme. So give the proper punctuation marks. You'll be getting here 5 marks. Then the last question, I think the last question, speech writing. Again, there's no, you don't have choice here. It's a compulsory question. As a student secretary of your college, draft a vote of thanks speech for blood donation camp organized by your college. So very first thing when we write a speech, first we need to greet. Good morning, everybody. My name is so and so. It's my pleasure to talk on the occasion of blood donation camp. Then you thank everybody one by one from the higher authority to the last authority. Then you say thank you so much to everybody. So friends, I have done a special video on speech writing where you will get an idea with few more examples. So you can see the link in the description box for speech writing. Then this is how I have tried to solve the model question paper of second semester BA General English under Bangalore University SCP syllabus, and that's for 2025 examination. So for more videos, you have to see the playlist or the description box. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel, because before the 2 days of the examination, I'm going to post the last minute revision. That's going to help you a lot. So for this, what you need to do, you need to subscribe my channel and you need to stay in tune with my channel. Thank you so much. I wish you good luck for the examination.